So
Okay, that's completely okay by me. That's how it works when most people, when you're in online class, you have usually other responsibilities. So I can understand. But anyway, we're recording now. Normally, what I would do is give you like a big spiel, a big feedback about Module 2 and talk about, or the Module 2 discussion and talk about like what it means and what you should get from it. But I've already done that so many times and already had so many videos of that. What I'm going to do is just give you some basic information, and then get specifically to your questions, and that's it. There's no need for me to restate things I've already restated in other videos. So let me share my screen. First of all, let's see, tab, Module 2 discussion. Can you see my screen where the Module 2 discussion is?
Yes, it's
okay, perfect. So without getting into it, like I said, I've already gotten into it in other videos, but one basic thing that people miss a lot with these prompts, they're all the same for all 8 of them for the semester, is the beginning is the prompt, and that's where I've put into words what you should be writing about, right? I describe it in paragraph form, and then down here is the part where it actually tells you the points, and this is the thing that I sent you in the email. So this is what I'll address before I take your questions. But this is the part where it tells you like what you're going to lose points for. So, and the one I sent you was this one, right? So, like you said, you left your or not your comment, but your post, and then I replied and said, hey, can you provide something like, can you provide the definitions that were in the prompt? And then you asked me what they were, and then I sent you this, and this is what I mean by that. So, this is just telling you, tells you this whole list is what you will lose points for. So basically, this is telling you that you need to demonstrate that you understand the concept of carrying capacity by defining it, right? So you need to leave a definition, and the same thing with population growth. So in your post, and I don't remember exactly what you wrote, and that's okay for the purposes of what I'm saying, this discussion. In your post, you need to do at least define it. Like, all right, so carrying capacity is this, population growth is this, and my idea is this, and my idea will affect carrying capacity and population growth in the following ways. So that's what I meant. Basically, when I said you needed to provide the definitions, this is what I meant. So you need to, in your post, you needed to define the term carrying capacity and define population growth. Or what a lot of people do, and I accept this, is they define the term carrying capacity, and then they describe how population growth affects carrying capacity, and that works too. So does that make sense?
Yes, it does now. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, moving forward, and I don't know, again, everybody looks at things different. Some people focus on this part and not this part. Meanwhile, some people focus on this part and not this part. So I'm guessing, and I don't know this, but it seems like maybe you focused on this part, but not the point, right? Is that what you did?
I think you are correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's easy to do. I'm torn as I make these prompts. It's hard for me because I'm torn between not giving you, I want to give you as much information as I can so you know exactly what I want from you. So there's no guessing, because I hated that as a student when you don't know exactly what's required of you. But at the same time, I also don't want to overload you, because that's pretty long, right? I don't want to overload you with a bunch of stuff. So it's really is a struggle. It's a balance between the two things, and this is just the best I can do. I could give more details, which makes it more confusing sometimes, or I could give fewer details, which makes it more ambiguous. So I apologize for the way it's set up, but I'm glad you came to me and asked for clarification.
It's okay, and I'm going to say this, and I don't mind telling people I have ADD. Anytime you have a form of and it is a disability, sometimes you don't comprehend like everyone else does.
Right.
And of course, I can't be medicated at this point because of what COVID did, but it's difficult sometimes to understand. So I have to have a little bit more explaining.
That is completely understandable, and that's exactly what I'm here for. I know a lot of online classes aren't like that, where it's just you kind of on your own, but I don't like to do it that way. Like, yeah, technically this is an online class, and if you want to be on your own, you can be, but you don't have to be. So doing what you're doing, I mean, I highly recommend it to anybody. Of course, you and I are doing it after the fact, but you can even do it before. Like, so we're in module 4. All right. So next week we'll be in module 5. As you're reading the prompt for module 5 and you're thinking about what you want to write, we can meet again before you even write anything. And you can say, all right, I was thinking about writing this, this, and this. And I could say, guide you. I'm like, all right, well, don't forget this,
That's awesome.
And not just you, but anybody. So anybody watching this video, you don't have to go at this alone. The only thing that's a test are the tests, right? Other than that, I can walk you through every single assignment. That's what I'm here for.
Okay. So, and same way with the lab.
Exactly.
I'm not so sure I did the lab correct, and we may have to meet on that one at a different time.
Okay, that's fine too.
I'm not sure that I did it right, but I think I did it.
Yeah. Have you received a grade yet? Do you know? Well, you must
have.
No,
I haven't actually turned it in, but I'm not real sure that I done it correctly.
Got you.
And I want to make sure. I hate to send it in and then it'd be wrong, just like the discussion. We'll have to go back and critique all that to get it right.
It's better to just get it in. If you can't meet with me first, go ahead and get it in, because that way at least you get it in on time and you get your full. You don't get any points deducted. So my suggestion to you and anybody else reading it, like I said, come to me if you need help, even before you turn it in. But if you can't get to me in time, just go ahead and turn it in. That way you meet the deadline, so you don't lose points for being late. And then we can fix it after you've turned it in if we need to, or talk about what you've done afterwards if we need to.
Okay. Can we still fall back on the first one? If I understood that right, and get half the points?
Yeah. Let me think. So are you asking if you can turn the lab in late?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. You can always turn the lab in late, because we're talking about module 2 here. So module 2 is past due, but yeah, you can better late than nothing, because you can still get at least half credit if you turn it in late.
Okay.
And again, like I said, to you and anybody watching this video, even if something's not quite done, or maybe you're not feeling confident about it, your priority should definitely be getting it in on time, because better to mess up, because you can always fix your mistakes. But once it's in on time, you're at least locked in X amount of points, and you don't lose points for being late.
Okay. And I think sometimes with being an online student, you're not real sure how to do the work.
Right.
So I think that sometimes, you got to have a little bit of guidance to know how to do the work to be able to even complete it. And that's what I struggled with too, is getting started and learning what to do. And I'm an older student, so I'm old school.
Right.
The younger generation, they do a great job and they understand better than I do. So, because we did it a different way years ago. Yeah. So it's a little different for me.
Yeah, I was kind of the same way. But, like I said, you don't have to go at it alone. So when it comes time for you to work on a lab, again, I'm just using module 5 as an example because we're not there yet. But once you sit down and do lab 5, and you want to meet, just shoot me an email. We'll meet just like this. And, I can literally walk you through it. Like, all right, question 1, this is what it's asking, because again, if I had it my way, each question would be like a paragraph long with me really, really explaining what you should do. But I know that's overwhelming to some people, right? So I have to do a balance between keep it short, but also give a lot of information. So that's why I love meeting, and I could do that for you, like walk
absolutely
through each question.
And I appreciate that, because I'm going to turn this stuff in to see if all this work, to see if I'm going in the right direction. And if I'm not and I've messed up, you'll be able to tell me what I've messed up on.
Exactly. Yep. So like I said, moving forward, your priority should be get it in on time, because we can just correct mistakes after you've done it. But turning something in before the due date is key, especially. And sorry, I'm taking up all your time, but one more thing to bring up for you and everybody listening is, if you turn in a lab on Wednesday, it's not due till Sunday, right? So if you turn a lab in on Wednesday, for example, and then I grade it on a Thursday, and you know what you did wrong, then on a Friday, you can make you have until Sunday to make your corrections and turn it back in, and you could still potentially get full credit.
Oh, awesome.
But, on the slightly different scenario, if you waited until Sunday to turn it in, but you still turned it in time, you get however many points you get, and then you can still turn it in with corrections, except now for the corrections, you won't get all your points back, but you'll get half of them back. And that's still better than, turning it in late or not making any corrections at all.
Correct. Okay. All right. I think I understand. I'm getting a little bit better about understanding what's going on. So, okay. Well, that works for me, and I'll follow through and get this in today.
All
Get
right.
those
Well,
in today so you can look at it.
I'll keep an eye on my email, and I'm here if you need me.
And I just need to repost for the discussion, right? Just write repost and.
Actually, no, you can just reply to that comment.
Okay.
Or I said, do the definitions, and then I think you asked something back. You just reply back to that. It's like the definition for this is this, the definition for that is that. Actually, we can look at it if you want. Hold on, let me, if you don't mind, I'll pull it up.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, where are you at? Fisher, Smith. If I can find yours, it'll be all right. Let's see. You are section. You're the one. You're in the 16-week course or the 8-week course?
16.
Okay, good. Okay, so I'm looking at the correct one. Smith, Gray, Lisa, Page. Well, shoot. Why can't I find it? There it is. No. That's a different student. There we go. I found yours. Okay, so let me. Perfect. Yeah. So let me. I would pull it up, but it has your grade on there. So it says, "Good work, Julia. For additional points, can you reply to this? Reply to this and provide us with definitions requested in the prompt." So that's what we just discussed. So all you need to do is go back to where I said that and hit the reply button, and just literally, say, here's the definition of carrying capacity. Here's the definition of population growth, and then you'll get those points back.
Okay.
And let's see, what's today's Thursday, newer section. Oh, perfect. And okay, technically that's a little bit late, right? So the due date for your initial your initial post was on Sunday. So when you turn this in, instead of getting the full 2 points back, you'll just get 1 point back. But even that helps.
That's okay. Yeah.
So
I'm looking at this as the first week I have to, and I understand this, the first week I have to answer the discussion question, and then the second week I have to reply to 2 other students.
Exactly, yeah. And of course, that's the due dates. If you can knock them out earlier, it's even better, because if you turn it in, on a Wednesday, then you've got, like I said, and then I grade it and tell you what's wrong, and then you've got all that time to think about how you can fix it. And I always say the earlier the better in this class. And in some classes I don't. I say make sure you really think about what you're turning in, because this is it once you turn it in. But not in this class, right? In this class, it's not it.
Awesome.
You can make corrections. So in this class, earlier is better than sitting on it, in my opinion.
Okay. That's great. This helps a lot.
Yay.
So I appreciate it.
My pleasure. You have a good day, and I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.